few days ago, this news broke out that Fred Amata and Amata, they used to be hot in those days when Nollywood was just coming up. They were very, very hot couple. I can remember very, very well then. And very famous. Of course, the Agata family the Amata's family are very famous family when it comes to movie in those days when Nollywood was just coming up. So the news came out that Fred Amata, Agata Amata, married their only daughter to a husband without the father's consent. And the father came out and was blowing very, very hot. He was really, really beside himself, telling the stories of how they started and how he was the one that helped her with one of the programs that she was anchoring then. I remember this particular program. I can't remember the name now, but I remember there was a program they were together doing then, and she was the presenter of that program then. And the rest is the story. Suddenly, they divorced, and everybody was shocked then. Now, when I saw that picture of that girl getting married, the first thing that came to my mind was, where's the father? Yes, because I know for every child, they want their father beside them. And for this kind of a child to get married without the father, what could have gone wrong? How did they get to this stage? Because, as I'm going to tell you in this video, there was a time Fred granted interview and said everything is okay between him and the ex-wife. That was after their divorce. Then what went wrong? But before we go on, let me give you a clip of some things that happened and why probably the wife got to this stage and she couldn't cope to forgive him. Let us go on. You see this next slide you're looking at. This is fibrema ibinabu fibresima. Ibinabu fibresima. Ibinabu fibresima. She got into a relationship with Fred Amata while he was married, I think, if I'm not mistaken now. Allegedly married. Let me use that word, allegedly. Still married to Agata. And I think they had something together that resulted in baby, or after the marriage broke up with Amata. I'm not too sure now, so I'm going to put that clause. So they had issues together, and Ibinabu used to be an actress too. And Agata then, Amata, Fred, was still very young. He was still a young man. And like every other young man, think they're going to be young forever. Men, you might not like this, but it's the truth. They think they're going to be young forever, and they throw caution to the wind. And he threw caution to the wind, as you can see in this picture, where he was flaunting Ibinabu, who had a child for him then, And, I think this was one of the things probably going wrong, most likely, maybe, going on between them and, Amata, Agata, the name Agata couldn't cope and was like, even if you're going to date, I want to believe. I'm talking based on what I saw online. The past interview they granted and everything. And, she had a baby for Fred. After the baby, they started flaunting their relationship publicly. Agata was still hurting with her 2 children that she has for him. Ibinabu, now one beauty queen before then. She used to be a beauty queen. Fred caught a big fish of a beauty queen. Probably that got into his head and he threw caution into the wind. And he carried on like the other woman didn't matter. The mother of his children didn't matter. This is the picture you're looking. They were flaunting themselves publicly in occasions, in gala nights, all those programs they do. They were going together as couple while the wife and the mother of the children was still hurting and all that. Yes, she has gotten some business from him, according to him. And, today, we were all shocked to see the picture when the daughter got married and the father was not there. That was even me. When I saw it before he spoke, I said, where's the father? And lo and behold, it was said that the father was absent. Even though I don't succumb to that, that is fair. And I'm not going to tell somebody how to work their pains. That is for the wife. Taking her decision, doing what she did, that is on her. And I'm not going to fault her because I didn't walk in her shoes with her. But now Fred is aged. Where is Fibrasima, Ibinabu, who contributed to what they are experiencing today, one way or the other, either directly or indirectly? Where is she today? So first to say that at a point, Ibinabu was married to Fred as a wife. But today, where's Ibinabu? Ibinabu at a point got married, left Fred for another man again, got married to another man. And today, Fred, I don't know if he's still married or if he's not married. At a point, Ibinabu granted interview and said Fred is happy with her marriage to another man. Imagine your marriage breaking up because of a woman or because of a man, and the person later now leaves you. That kind of shock, be better shock. It could be like electric voltage. We shock that woman, we our ex-daddy Gio talk about. So today, Ibinabu at a point was married to another man. Fred, she left Fred. And today, both women, either bitter or happy with Fred. Fred, the first daughter, and the first child got married. And Fred was absent. He was not there. I'm not going to fault Fred. I don't know what happened in his marriage for him to step out. I'm not going to say. But I think people should just be careful how we treat each other. Because you can never tell how people will react after you have treated them somehow. You can never tell how long they will battle with you. Obviously, Fred is very pained at what has happened. Any man who loves the children will be very pained. In fact, I personally does not succumb to it. I do not like what happened because, but I don't know the relationship. We don't know the relationship between Fred and the children. Men, women, make we do JJ. For some who don't know the story, this is some of the information I got on the story because I can remember very well when they had this issue, when they were having this serious wahala there. I was following it bumper to bumper, though I can't remember most of the details now. But Fred and Agatha used to be odd couple. Ask anybody in those days. They used to be odd couple I think in the 90s or early 2000s. I think in the 90s or late 90s or so. Very odd couple then. And today, you see where life land all of them. Life happens. I pray they get the healing. Everybody in that family get the necessary healing they need. But of course, damages has been done. And things, lost times can never be regained back. Very sad that a mistake of almost 20 years is being paid for at a later time in somebody's life. It doesn't sound funny. It doesn't sound interesting that a child that you gave birth to, on the day of joy, you are not there. Not because you don't want to be there, but because they feel you are not important to be there. And this is where I think caution needs to be applied by everyone in a relationship. The child involved in this case, I'm sure is not happy at the turn of things, especially the way it's going on social media. So they say when two elephants are fighting, the grass bear the pain, the trauma, the emotional something, and the embarrassment, public embarrassment. It's because the child is there too, the daughter. But hey, hope somebody will learn from this and waka jeje.